Okay, hold up. Just got to do that one more time. All right, these are my faves. All right, guys. So today I'm going to talk about how we can influence our mood through the sense of smell. And this is particularly important because we're all stuck at home right now. We are all stuck at home. So before I get started, I am Dr. Teralyn, brain health expert and psychotherapist. And today we are going to dive right in to that emotional center of our brain. But before we do that, I want you to click like, subscribe, ding the little bell, and be sure that you drop me a comment below if you like what you're hearing. Okay, let's get started. So these are my favorite ways to influence our limbic center of the brain, which is our emotional center. Sorry, the limbic system of our brain, which is our emotional center, through the sense of, you guessed it, smell. So when you think about smell, smell can influence our emotion in a negative way or a positive way. So if you think about like smelling a skunk, if we smell a skunk, we go, ooh. And pretty much everyone can remember the smell of a skunk and a story around smelling a skunk. Now, it gets a little bit deeper than that too, because a lot of people who have trauma often have an associated smell with the trauma. For instance, maybe it's a cologne that somebody wore, or maybe it's the smell of gunpowder. And so when you smell that gunpowder again, which comes in like any shape and size, not just from a weapon, it will immediately bring you back to that emotional center of your brain, which has that association with the smell. Now, conversely, we can do the same thing with a positive emotion and a really good smell. So for instance, when I smell warm maple syrup, or basically any maple syrup, I automatically think of my great grandfather, Ernie. Because when we would stay the night at his lake house, he and my great grandma, he would cook us pancakes. And so he would always warm the syrup up on the stove. So that's what we would wake up to, is the smell of maple syrup on the stove. So now when I think of or smell maple syrup, I feel love, like I feel this overwhelming sense. It's like a hug for me. So while we are all cooped up in our homes, the things that we can control are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. But the one thing we can control is how the air around us smells. So what kind of emotion do you want to elicit first? So literally, guys, it takes like 5 molecules for us to impact our emotional center, the limbic system, with a smell. 5 molecules. Most of the time, we don't even recognize the smell, but our brain does, which leads us into this idea of I've been here before, or I have done this thing before, probably because we've picked up on those scent molecules and it has elicited some memory for us. So when we think about smells, probably the easiest thing that you guys can do is think about essential oils. They're extremely powerful in our emotional center of the brain. As a matter of fact, there's tons of research. This is science. This is not just me saying, ooh, a smell is cool. But when we can impact our limbic system, especially when we're working at home, to dial down our nervous system or give us a little bit of giddy up, right? Let's do that, and let's do it in a natural way. 2 of my favorite smells, and I can't get enough of this, and I have been diffusing like crazy here in my house, is spearmint and grapefruit. So spearmint and grapefruit are 2 of my favorites. So grapefruit impacts our serotonin, which is kind of our mood flexibility, and spearmint impacts our norepinephrine, which gives us kind of a sense of concentration and focus. So together, these are my favorite powerhouse oils to have around the house. And I've been using them like crazy. I've been diffusing downstairs. I've been diffusing in my office, kind of diffusing like it's my job right now, because I do believe it is my job to keep my family healthy and well and feeling good during this time of feeling really cooped up. So if you want, the rule of thumb that I always tell people is this: If you want an uplifting mood, choose a smell, an essential oil that grows high on a tree, like citruses, your oranges, your grapefruits, any type of citrus actually that grows on a tree. If you want a grounding smell or to be calm, think of things that grow low to the ground, like flowers or even a root that digs in deep into the ground, like lavender, chamomile, or vetiver as a root. So high on the tree is uplifting, low to the ground is grounding, and reduces anxiety. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that essential oils are an awesome way to influence our mood, especially during this time of safer at home or quarantine or whatever you have going on. If nothing else, just to feel a little more calm or a little more uplifted during this unprecedented time. All right, I'm Dr. Teralyn. Please, again, subscribe below, hit me a comment. Let me know what your favorite oil is in the comments. Take care and happy quarantine.